What's good, everybody? I'm on the official swag page, Skull Crushing Way, coming at you with another video. Rocking the headphones as always. I'm ready to do this. We're gonna have a UFC 135 review in store. This pay-per-view was pretty good, pretty solid. Not the best of recent months, but not the worst either. I was really expecting more from the main event, but we'll get down to it. I'm only going to review some fights, not all of them. But let's get down to it. Nate Diaz versus Takanomi Gomi, I believe his name is. Excuse me if I didn't pronounce his name right. Yup, this fight was pretty much one-sided. Nate Diaz showed, his stand-up was superb against this guy. Basically, no contest there. Went to the ground. He made a transition from a triangle choke to an armbar. Tapped out Takanomi Gomi. And Nate Diaz has another win. Good for you, Nate Diaz. Pretty much one-sided, very confident. He was very confident, had his hands down like Anderson Silva for most of the fight. So good fight, good fight. Always like a fight that ends in submission. Next fight I'm going to review, obviously, is the Josh Koscheck fight versus Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes is a legend, one of the greatest UFC fighters in my opinion. One of my favorites. Josh Koscheck, I know people don't like him because of his cocky personality and how he always talks shit before a fight. This was pretty much like, it wasn't one-sided though. It really wasn't, even though it ended in the first round. I don't know how that makes sense, but it really wasn't one-sided. They really stood in trade for a good 2 minutes. Josh Koscheck really got a hold of Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes was showing good stand-up though, but Josh Koscheck got the upper hand. Basically just rocked him, got the TKO. I think he got him with a bunch of hammer fists. With 4:59 left, on the clock. So he only had 1 second left. He was not saved by the bell. The referee stopped it. Some people can argue that it was an early stoppage just only because that he could have been saved by the bell. But in my opinion, Matt Hughes looked flat out, just knocked out. So they got him with a knockout. Matt Hughes, one of the best, says he's not retiring and that he will be back, and he wants UFC to put him on a show. Josh Koscheck, even though he has an arrogant personality, thanked Matt Hughes for giving him this opportunity to fight him so late in his career. So I applaud both of these guys, respect both of these guys. So the last fight of the night, obviously main event, Jon Jones versus Quentin Rampage Jackson. I had Rampage on this fight. I wanted Rampage to win, but that didn't happen. Really one-sided fight. Really much one-sided fight. Jon Jones is like a taller Anderson Silva. He started off the fight like a spider or like a fucking cougar on the ground. He didn't even have he acted like an animal the first couple of seconds of the fight. And I was like, what the hell? Like, basically, I don't know, showing his own style of fighting or whatever. Most of the fight, he even had his hands down like Anderson Silva, or just very cocky, waiting for Quentin Rampage to strike. And when Quentin even struck out him, I don't know, because his reach is so good. I guess he just he was able to duck him or get away from him. Jon Jones, he's so tall, has a great reach. The guy can hit you at a distance that the other guy can't. Quentin Rampage Jackson, as much as I like the guy, he was throwing some good leg kicks, but the thing is that you have to mix it up. I know he's more of a stand-up type of guy. Everybody knows that, who watches UFC knows that Quentin Rampage Jackson is a stand-up type of guy, and he doesn't really like to fight to go on the ground. But it really was on the. I think it was on stand-up from the majority of the fight. I think this fight lasted 4 rounds, I believe, or excuse me, maybe 3 or 4 rounds. I don't know exactly. I just finished watching it, but Yeah, John Jones, I believe in the third or fourth round, got him in a rear naked choke, and he was the first person to ever tap him out, I believe, in the UFC octagon. And John Jones is still your UFC lightweight heavyweight champion. And the guy is extremely talented. Congrats to him on being the youngest champion in UFC history. I know this wasn't. I know he didn't just win the title. Obviously, he was the champion going into this fight. But I never really congratulated him. But he is really the truth, yo. He's probably the best lightweight fighter right now. Let's see if he could beat Machida or even Rashad Evans. But I would like to see either one of those guys fight John Jones for that title. Anyway, this is Skull Crushing Way coming at you with another UFC review. Please subscribe to the official swag page. Subscribe to my main channel if you guys want. Follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description below as always. Yeah. So this is Skull Crushing Way. Peace.